So here's what I do with my Twitter scavenger hunt. I make an announcement on my blog that I'm planning to do a Twitter scavenger hunt with my students, and I ask people I know from Twitter to participate by responding to my students' tweets. And what I do is I give my students a handout in the class with missions that they have to complete. And all these missions are actually things that they do on Twitter without me teaching them how to do them on Twitter. So they just do a mission, and as they do the mission, they learn certain things about Twitter, like hashtags, like how to retweet, and things like that. So, and after the missions are in parts, and after every part they get some sort of reward. So the first reward they get after a few things is that they pick up a snack from the head of the classroom. And I have a variety of snacks, so that they try to finish earlier so that they get to choose which snack they get. And then there are other parts where they're asking other people questions about educational game design and things like that. And because I've already told people that my students are going to be there, and I give my students some of the usernames of people to ask questions to, they get responses, and then they get really happy that they're getting responses. And sometimes during or after the class, I show the students a visualization of what's been going on in the class, who's tweeting what, and so on. And even though I don't actually count the tweets or quantify what they're doing, as long as I feel like they're doing something with it and enjoying it, I give them whatever the grade is. But it helps them to see like which of them is really active and which of them is interacting with other people. And sometimes at the end of a session, the most active person is actually one of my friends from Twitter, not one of my own students. And then afterwards, I storify the tweets from the class so that I can see who's been doing what. And this is, one of my students also tweeted this, that the actual snacks that they had to choose from. And then afterwards, the point is just for them to reflect on what was the experience of learning on Twitter. Half of them had used it before, half of them hadn't, and what it meant to use Twitter in an educational way. And a lot of the time they're talking about how it was confusing at the beginning to go through the scavenger hunt, but in the end, they learned in a new way, and they discovered that you can learn in this unorthodox way, but fun way, something that they wouldn't have thought to learn this way before.